Hi, my name's Scott Jund. You may know me from videos around the web, such as the one you're currently watching and Lethal Weapon 2. Now, there comes a time in everyone's life when they have to stop playing Metro Last Light, and I fear that time has come for me. The game it stopped being as good as it was. Like, the beginning of the game was really cool. It was setting up a really good atmosphere. It just looks amazing. It still does. I'll have to give it credit for that. But there were a lot of people. There was interaction. And then it kind of goes to this point where it's mostly like combat based, which is still fine because you're still dealing with people like Nazis, and they're not really Nazis, but the Russians. It's amusing. It was fun to go through. And then you get to this part with the swamps, and it just starts going downhill. For example, the first thing that annoyed me in the swamps was they only give you like 1 or 2 filters for your gas mask, and you have to navigate the entire area pretty much in under 5 minutes, or you just choke to death and die. And that happened to me several times. I'm sure there were more like filters hidden around, but by the time that I died for like the 3rd time from just simply running out of time, I just got sick of looking. And eventually I had to do this kind of like exploit where I just kept putting my mask on and off, so I would just start choking, but it wouldn't count down the timer while it was off. So it just took me out of it a lot, and it wasn't that immersing, I guess I'll say, because I just kept taking it on and off. And then after that, you get to this point where everything just becomes so predictable. Like, I can see, oh, there's going to be an event here right now, and there's an event right there. And things like that are just so expected just take away from it so much. Like the one point where I have to cross the log onto the church, I knew there was going to be a boss fight. I just knew there was going to be something like that. Things that are just that obvious take away from what makes a video game fun. And there's just more and more of that as it goes on. Like, as soon as you get with the people in the church, of course something fucks that up, and then, oh, what do you know, now you're back and killing monsters again within literally like 3 minutes. And then once you get into these catacomb parts, it's just dark. You can't really see anything, which is cool. It's like a cool atmosphere, but for gameplay, you just die with stuff charging at you that you don't even know what it is. Which, I mean, I understand, like, you're supposed to be stealthy and not, be seen by them. But you still do get seen by them, and then you just die. And the worst part is not knowing how you just died. And then there are these dumb, like, boss battles with, like, super giant things. And it's just in this, like, locked arena where you can't... The only places you can, like, juke him as he's charging you are, like, just to the side. So you're basically just, like, running in a circle, occasionally shooting him. And that's not what a boss fight should be like in any game. That's just literally running in a circle and just occasionally shooting somebody. That's all it is. And there were just more situations like that and more really, really predictable parts. A lot of just like holdout events where you have to open a gate. Anytime I see a gate in that game now, or like something that needs to be open, I go, obviously things are going to spawn behind me, and I'm going to sit in a corner and just shoot stuff, and that just gets so old so quick. So for those reasons, I decided to stop playing the game. I'm going to move on to something else. It was honestly a pretty good game. If it was less game-like and more kind of story-like, I think that would be way better. It still looks amazing. I mean, I gotta give him credit for that. It really is a very pretty game, but other than that, it's just not fun at all anymore. It's just very predictable. So I'm gonna move on. And I didn't think of an ending for this, so I'm probably gonna have the leprechaun come down from up here, land on my face, and then we're gonna do a little jig like this. I'm gonna make it really easy to tween this, so I'm gonna do very simple motions like that. That's the only way I know how to use Adobe Premiere, so that's good. Here's the treasure chest. Goodbye.